What's up, everybody? It's J Mac, and welcome back to Bigfoot Input. We're gonna shoot out a new video for you guys right now. I also want to invite everybody to stop by Friday for the live show. We will probably do it somewhere in the 7 o'clock hour, 7:30, something like that. I'll announce it beforehand. Also, if you've never been to our other channel, it's called Cryptic Input, just like Bigfoot Input, but with the word cryptic. We do some stories on there about, dark paranormal crime sort of things. We're going to be adding some new videos coming up soon, sort of missing 411 style. If you guys haven't, if you've never been there, it only has 150 subscribers. Just if you don't mind, stop by, click subscribe. That way when we do add some new videos, or maybe you want to go back and check out some of the old videos that we have on there. And we hope to be getting back into that side of our storytelling channels here. But as for right now, we are going to get on with getting on here and talk about Bigfoot. So let's see, what have we got? Let me mess up this guy's name. Dan Bozinka. I think Bozinka. We're going to go with that. Apparently he was taking a video. It was just like him and he was on his mountain bike, so he had his cell phone out. And he takes a video, and he gets this tree structure here, which is cool, and he sees that. And then I believe Miguel assisted on this. Yeah, actually Miguel posted it. This is a video by Dan, and what he heard he was approaching the X structure, and he heard like a tree knock, and I want to say he heard a whistle. He said he heard a knock, and so he turned around and got out of there. But what he captured in his video is this guy. Beautiful cone-shaped head structure, recessed eyes with that cranial ridge sticking out there, hooded nose. You got the nostrils here and here. And then the rest of him, you can see he's kind of obscured by bush. Miguel highlighted his eyes there, but yeah, so that's sort of a less zoomed in version. See, you can kind of see where he has no neck, and the head goes straight down into the shoulders. Very cool picture. Thank you, Dan. I think Dan said this is his first time squatching, and now he's a lifetime squatcher. So good for you, Dan. Be careful out there, buddy. Not all Sasquatches are friendly. Nice shot, though. Nice shot. You're gonna see some exciting stuff in this episode. New Jersey Sasquatch here. So, one of two things are happening here, right? You've either got some sort of pile of moss, leaves, etc., right? But what gets me about this picture is you have these two straight branches here, which kind of looks like, by design, and then you've got some that cross. Again, very convenient. And then if you get nose to nose with this guy, you can almost see some facial features here in the blur. So, and if you look at this, look, this doesn't necessarily look like tree stuff to me. It looks like fur, and this kind of looks like a hand here, like an arm up into the hand. But so yeah, so you either have a pile of stuff, from this tree, or you have a Sasquatch trying to look like a pile of stuff in this tree. So I think that's cool, but I'll let you figure out what you think about it. Abe Sias. You know, Abe seems like a pretty good guy. I've never actually spoke to him personally, um, but he believes that the creatures that he sees are Nephilim, are, you know, Skinwalker, are demonic. And in fact, he refers to them as the DDN, which is the disembodied demonic Nephilim. Um, Abe and I don't agree, and that's okay. You know, we don't have to agree. I don't believe that Nephilim are a real thing. You know, that's just my own opinion. But anyway, but he does come off with interesting pictures. And to me, that's what's important. It's not a matter of what I think versus what he thinks. It's that he has evidence that he will bring to the table. And kind of at first glance, you know, you kind of dismiss this. You're just like, it's just a, you know, just a bush or whatever. But if you look at it a little deeper, if these are eyes, these perfectly placed white spots, they have pupils, you know? And then you've got this sort of, I don't know what this is, running, it runs down a muzzle is what it is. Like it comes down here and then it reaches a stop, which kind of looks like, can't really see nostrils on it, but we're going to assume that this is like nostril there, and then a little mouth right here, which kind of makes this almost dog-like. Like to me, that looks like it looks like a big fox is what it looks like, but you know, like a wolf or a dog. It looks canine to me. Um, Phew. I don't know. I'll tell you what, if this thing was popping up over my shoulder, I wouldn't be comfortable about it. He has a lot of experience out there though, doing what he does. So tell us what you think, and I'm just gonna have to assume that this is his. What is that? TikTok? Maybe YouTube? I don't know. Go look him up. Abe Sias. He's got some interesting stuff. Subscribe. It must be a YouTube. This is a YouTube short. So that would be his channel. Spiritual Encrypted Encounter, something like that. All right. Let's move on. Thank you, Abe. Another one here from Dan. Again, Dan Bozinka, you know, kind of just first time out of the pocket, and he comes up with two very interesting pictures. We already seen the one here. We're looking at the bottom lip here, top lip, nose, flat nose structure, nostrils right there, eye here. Cranial ridge doesn't seem quite as pronounced, could be juvenile. And then you've got sort of a cone-shaped head going on up here. I'll zoom out, it's easier to see it that way. But it definitely looks like a primate, you know, it looks like almost like a monkey-ish face. Where are you taking these pictures at, Dan? I don't know if I caught your location. Old Scott Loomis, coming up with another one here. I think this is just pretty cool. What do you want to call it? You want to call it a Sasquatch? I think that passes. It almost looks reptilian, but I don't get into that. I'd like to, right now I don't buy that because I don't want to. I don't know if you guys ever saw that movie where the couple buys the house and every house on their block is like the same and they can't leave. And it turns out that they have a son and the son's really weird, and it turns out that the whole thing is reptilians and they live under the street, and it's just a whole thing. But creepy ass movie. But yeah, so you got the eye socket here and here. You got a nose structure with nostrils right there, and then we have sort of a, I wouldn't say it's gaping, but it's definitely open mouth, which leads up to the forehead, and then you got like a hairline right here. So yeah, so good job, Scott. Nice capture. Careful out there, buddy. Scott got kind of zapped by some infrasound or something to that nature a while back, and he's been a little more cautious these days. I can't blame him. I think that would scare the hell out of me. Monsters from Maine, though, by the way, Scott Loomis, Monsters from Maine, if I didn't mention that. So his channel is on YouTube. Please hop over. You'll see some pretty interesting stuff. All right. We are back to New Jersey Sasquatch, who I believe refers to this guy as Diesel, unless he's referring to himself as Diesel. That I don't know. But what matters is this dude. Look at that. Mouth, nose, eyes, big head of hair. Very cool. Very cool. And then that was in 2018. So skip to 2022. And you got this guy here. Fantastic shot. Is he wearing a hat? Is this a hat? Little thing here. It looks like it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of something. It could be dreads, like hair, like braids, you know. But it almost to me looks like some sort of hat made out of natural products. You know, it's not like a hat you buy in a store, but it's like some sort of hat that he made, which I think is very neat. I always think it's cool when you see a Sasquatch or a Bigfoot, you know, with like, we've seen them with glasses on, we've seen them with like ponytail, hair braids, hair adornments. And I think that this is probably, unless I'm off the mark, I think this is probably another situation where we're seeing some sort of link between them and us, where they have a deeper understanding of things, you know, than we think they do. But crystal clear face on this guy, you know, eye, nose, mouth, can't miss it. It is what it is. That's a Sasquatch. So very cool. New Jersey Sasquatch, thank you for letting us share your pictures. Boise Bigfoot posted this one, and they don't have a source, but it was so cool, I had to do it. They say it's in the Pacific Northwest. Well, whatever. But look at this. This is obviously a female Sasquatch. You have a very, very small cone-shaped head, but that's neither here nor there. You've got the sort of lack of ear over here. It's like it's there, but it's not really as pronounced as humans are. And then one eye, you can't quite make out the other eye because the nose structure is right here with the nostril right there. And a very clear, see the pink discoloration in here? That is the lips versus the chin there. And then over here, we've got, I don't know how we're going to do this. Let's see. I think that Boise Bigfoot is showing this mound as being the baby. But what I see is back here. There's a different head structure here. And that comes down into an eye here and a mouth there. But half of this face is cut off by a combination of her face and foliage. So what I think is that this one is sitting looking this way, and this one is looking, not really looking, I think the eyes are closed or whatever, but it's facing us, facing right towards the camera. So I don't know who in the hell got this picture, but man, what a shot. Excellent. Thank you, Boise Bigfoot, for bringing that to our attention. This one I got from a guy named Joe Shaddix. Joe had sent me a picture some months ago, maybe 4 or 5 months ago. It was really surprising, really good. It's in one of our earlier videos. It's a really great picture of a Sasquatch. he found this structure, and in the woods, which wouldn't be used necessarily for lodging, but possibly like, I don't know, possibly staying out of the heat or something to that effect. I'm not really sure. I'm not a Sasquatch. But he said, "Do you see anything weird on the top of it, the top right?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know." So I started digging into it, started poking around, and what I did find was this dude. So, is it a definitive shot? No. No, it's not. Could be pareidolia. But I'm seeing an eye here, and I'm seeing an eye here covered by foliage. And then I'm seeing a nose structure here, possibly with nostrils, and a mouth here, and a chin. And then if you go up this way, follow me up this way. Is that going all the way up there? Is that a cone shape? Or does it stop here and go off this way? But I'm looking at that one. So anyway, thanks, Joe. I think you got something there. Whisper Walkers, Shell Dion. We've dealt with them in the past and shown some of their pictures and different things, and they have some really fascinating stuff. So she recently offered a photo dump and just put out some of her stuff, and I couldn't help but grab a few to highlight here. I mean, this is fantastic, with these two huge nostrils and this hooded nose, and the eyes there, and the cranium and so on. Very cool shot. Very cool shot. This one, honestly, I don't even know what to think about it. I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, it's one of those sort of too good to be true catches, but based on, a lot of their other pictures, I'm not gonna say that that's the case. I'm not gonna say that it's fake or anything, but it's just an amazing picture. I mean, I would kind of like to hear the backstory on this picture, if Shell ever cares to share it. This dude out, the Bigfoot expert. I probably take a little bit of offense to the title, the Bigfoot expert, because I mean, we all do our own level of study. But I don't know if anyone's actually an expert. But anyway, so we see this picture here floating around the internet. It has been out for a little while, and people will automatically, kind of, they either jump on it being fake or jump on it being, real. And when I find that people call things fake for the wrong reasons, like, the arm length or whatever they go on about, like it's all fake because of this and that. But I mean, this to me doesn't necessarily look real. Yeah, it's misproportioned, and the fur doesn't quite sit right, how it's like different on the back and the arms, it just doesn't quite sit right. Well, anyway, this guy, he went further and found the actual source of it. And that it's kind of hard to read, but it's basically a Sasquatch made from, I believe it says 10 Icelandic sheepskins, by Damon at Bonagarden Design for a TV show. So I think we can pretty well agree that that's where that came from. So yeah, good job to the Bigfoot expert guy for squashing that. We don't need false narratives out in the world, fooling people. So him and I agree on that for sure. That's just a closer look at it. All right, guys. I have received some backlash in my time doing this. Sometimes it's people not appreciating my vantage point of their picture. Then there was the whole owl fiasco. You know, I'm not going to get into that, but I don't want to get into this either. But it was an interesting 2 weeks to see the level of disdain, you know, come out with this picture. So if you guys didn't catch the video, please just go watch the video. It has a very detailed breakdown of the picture and the things that I see in the picture and so on. But basically this guy Shane has this camera over this waterway here. It's a man-made waterway for irrigation for these cows and stuff back here. You know, you can see he has a bunch of cows, 6 or 8 cows. And he sent me a bunch of pictures of his land and how things work and whatnot. But anyway, the camera's purpose is for him to be able to monitor this water level. He can look at this camera every day and see, okay, it's good, it's not good, I need to go down there and switch some valves or whatever I got to do. Because he doesn't live on this farm, he lives like 20 minutes away. So he gets this guy in the picture, and you know, as I say, I'm not going to break this down in this video. That's redundant. If you want to hear a more detailed breakdown, go to our last video, or actually one before that maybe, and you'll see this guy on the cover of that video, and it says something like, you've never seen this picture of Bigfoot before, something like that. Go check out that video. It's a detailed breakdown of exactly how it went. I just want to say, first of all, I want to thank Shane for reaching out and allowing us to use this picture. I have dismissed claims that this is a horse. I've done tons of side-by-sides trying to find a horse that looks anything like this. Can't. I also dismissed the claim that it was a boar, which I bought more than it was a horse, because of the lack of fur on, like, all boars that I can find they're pretty well covered in fur all the way down to their snout, you know. People have said that it is a cow's eyeball. You know, it's a horse's butthole. It's a horse nostril. It's anything. I mean, they have come up with some stuff, and they are militant about it. You know, this is not a Bigfoot. Well, that's fine. I'm gonna let you know, your opinion is your opinion, and I'm gonna let you have it. But my opinion is that you're wrong. So, no one has presented any proof whatsoever that my initial breakdown of this picture is faulty. So, it really all comes down to opinion at this point. And my opinion is there are many different types of Sasquatch out in the world. Not all of them have the cone shape and the cranial ridge. And I think that we are looking at the left side of a face of a Sasquatch that is hiding in the water, and he has only lifted his head up, you know, momentarily here for whatever reason. You'll have to ask him. I don't know. But I want to say thank you to you guys. I appreciate all of your support, your subscribers. You know, the subscribes. They've gone through the roof lately. Thank you. Like, we were at 7,000 and we were so grateful to get there, and now we're knocking on 8,000's door, so it's very cool. I also thank your patience with our sort of breakdown of technology here. We're doing our best to crank out some new videos despite having technical difficulties, and we'll get there one of these days. But I appreciate all the support, and I want to thank all of the members for on this channel, and also our Patreon members. You know who you are, okay? So I appreciate all that, and this is J Mac, and I'm out.